Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show podcast. So today's episode is going to be a review of Love Island episode 23. So today's episode, we've all been anticipating it. It's Casa Amor Day. But before Casa Amor, obviously there's the drama between Lucie, Molly and Tommy. So at the beginning of the episode, we see Lucie talking to Anton, basically saying that because she thought that she was leaving, she's now realised that she has feelings for Tommy now, and that she says that if she would have left, she would have regretted not telling Tommy how she felt. And honestly, again, that statement sounds quite stupid, because it's kind of like, if you're leaving, you're gone anyway. So even if that was the case, and on your way out you told Tommy, he's still gonna be like, oh, that's cool, but like there's still 4 weeks left and things are going well with Molly. So that kind of argument that she was trying to say was, again, stupid. But anyway, I guess she was just alluding to it made her realise now that she has feelings for Tommy. As I said before, at first I was thinking, because this storyline was dragging, I thought that maybe it's the producers kind of pushing this storyline. I personally don't think it's a thing where she always had feelings for Tommy even when she and Joe were together, and I don't think that this proves anything. I know a lot of people are saying, well, this proves that Joe was right to not want her talking to Tommy. I don't think that this proves anything. My theory is that if Joe was still in the villa with Lucie, Lucie would not be expressing or even feeling these feelings towards Tommy. I think that the issue is that Lucie is lonely and she's desperate for companionship. Because Joe's gone and she's coupled up with Anton, she has no romantic connection with Anton. And I feel like she feels like that her surfer dude is not going to come into the house, and there's not going to be another Joe that's going to come into the house. So she's probably thinking like, I'm not going to find anyone else who's the person that I could potentially have something within the house. Tommy. So now she's kind of fixated on this idea of Tommy. And I personally thought at that point, when she was going to go to Tommy, she probably thought that Tommy was going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to leave Molly. Let's have a go at it now. So I feel like Lucie is just lonely and is craving companionship now. I think that's what it is. And because nobody is, she's not having that cuddle time with anyone. She's seeing everybody cuddled up and she's kind of craving companionship. I'd liken it to a feeling of when you've been single for a very long time, and just even somebody who you said wasn't going to be your type, they're even looking like they could be your type now, because you're so desperate to have companionship, like even just a hug or a cuddle. You're like desperate for it now because you've been single for so long and you're just craving companionship. I feel like that's what's going on now, and she's fixating that onto Tommy. I also just want to know where all of this confidence from Lucie came from. She doesn't even comb her hair. I'm pretty sure she's a part of the demographic of the UK who do not wash their legs. So anyway, with that confidence and Anton kind of like being in her ear. Anton's bad, Anton is a messy bitch who lives for drama. But anyway, so she goes and tells him, and Tommy basically tells her that, he's flattered, but things are going well with Molly May. And that, it's not going to happen. Personally, I think that Molly May's a better suit for Tommy, and I personally prefer Molly May. I think Lucie is boring. She's so boring now, and, I don't think she's really that smart. She's not my favourite housemate. I think, she's my least favourite out of the girls. Also, another cheeky thing is when she's like, please, can we just keep it between ourselves? In Love Island of all places. And also it's also cheeky to expect Tommy to keep it from Molly, like you're some special person. Molly is Tommy's girl, of course he's gonna tell her. So obviously he says that he's not gonna spread it, he's gonna keep it to himself. But obviously literally 5 minutes later he's on the terrace with Curtis, and then Anton comes in, and I don't understand why Anton, again, the confidence again, he honestly thinks that he has authority to tell Tommy not to tell his girl that some other girl who Molly obviously has been suspicious of, that she basically came onto him, not to tell him because she's having a hard time or anything. oh, Lucy's been having a hard time lately. Nobody told Lucy to open her mouth. So at the end of the day, she knew there were going to be consequences. So these are these consequences. So I just think it was cheeky for Anton to even think that he had a say and to try and like guilt trip Tommy into not saying anything. And it's like, you were the one who started it in the first place because you're the one who encouraged her to say it. And I feel like I'm not sure if he just doesn't like Molly or whether he just likes drama. I feel like Anton is very messy. Do you feel like Anton is a messy Bessie? As he should. Molly comes up to Tommy and, they have alone time and Tommy tells Molly the real. He reassures her. He says, like, obviously he's shocked and, like, she has nothing to worry about. Like, basically, I think he's alluding to, like, he's going to keep his distance from Lucy now because obviously she can't really be trusted. Obviously, I think that he generally thought that it was just a friendship level, just like I thought it was a friendship level. And I think Molly herself, even though she didn't like it, she obviously thought it was a friendship level thing here. And this and only this instance, not before. I know people were saying like, Joe was entitled from the very beginning. I've had a lot of people questioning me like, oh, where would you draw the line in terms of the Tommy and Lucy situation? This is where I draw the line. So if it was the other way around and if Joe was there, this is where I would draw the line. This is where it's justifiable to say, I don't want you hanging out with somebody. When somebody is now actively pursuing your man and doing it in a very sneaky way, because what Lucy did was very sneaky, that is when it is now justified to say, look, she's crossed the line here. This relationship, you need to kind of nip it in the bud. I'm not saying you need to, avoid her. From now on, like, this should just be an acquaintance thing. Obviously, he can't avoid her in the house because they're in a house living together. But obviously on the outside world, I would have been like, look, this friendship, you need to kind of let it go slowly because she's trying it right now and she definitely can't be trusted. So if you wanted to know where I draw the line, that's where I draw it. So obviously Tommy tells Molly not to tell Lucy. Obviously we all know that wasn't going to happen. But Tommy himself tells the boys when they all go off for their boys' day. So Molly kind of checks Lucy by herself when the boys are gone. And I think Molly behaved really well. She checked her. I feel like she was trying to suss out how deceiving Lucy was. Like, she wanted to see if Lucy would like admit everything truthfully. But Lucy was still kind of like trying to skirt over the truth. So obviously Molly is not here for it and basically kind of tells her like, I don't think you and Tommy should be friends anymore. And I feel like Molly is perfectly justified in doing that now because of Lucy's behaviour in this episode. So what are we thinking? Do we think that Lucy is just lonely and that's why she's suddenly saying that she likes Tommy? Or do you feel like those feelings have always been there and now she's finally admitting them? And also, do you feel like Lucy was being a bit sneaky? Or do you feel like she was perfectly entitled to go about it the way that she did? And how do you feel personally about Lucy? Do you still like her or do you feel like, again, she's had her time on the show? On the kind of boys' getaway or whatever, their dinner or whatever, Danny's kind of pressed that the boys sent Arabella home. He was kind of like seeking answers as to why they sent his girl home. And my thing is, Danny, if this girl was so special, like you're defending her so much, if she's like this special girl that should have been given a chance, like the door is there. You can go with her, like the door is there. So honestly, Danny, like Theo said, if you really liked her, you would have went with her. Calm as a motherfucking bitch. Like your one day said, what goes around comes around. So either enjoy your life in the villa or just leave. So after that, what we'd all been waiting for is Casa Amor. So I'm just going to give you a rundown of my kind of first initial thoughts on the Casa Amor contestant. So we've got Dan, he's 21, he looks about 25, pretty average looking. I've seen some people say that he's attractive, but personally, I guess he's just not my type, but I feel like he's pretty average looking. In the article on the Love Island app, it says that he's got his eye on Lucy, Amber or Maura, I'm thinking initially, obviously we did see the preview with Mora and Denon, but I think he could have potentially a chance with Mora. I'm not sure about Lucie. I don't think she would be his type. Obviously, she says she wants a surfer boy. Joe kind of had like a softer face, so I think she'd either go for either like a model kind of face, a soft face, or a surfer boy. I think Dan has a more kind of rugged, bearded look. I'm not sure if she's a fan of beards, to be honest. So next we have Ovi. Oi, oi, oi. He's looking very tasty, if I do say so myself. I don't know, the accent could be a bit off-putting for me. Anna seems to like it, so that's all that matters. I don't know, I feel like his accent's a bit kind of like mumbly, and that could be a bit off-putting to me, but he still looks very good. He's very tall, 6'7". He's after Anna. Anna seems very interested in him. Obviously, she's been looking for a tall guy. She's obviously into kind of like, I'm not sure if she's into exclusively black guys, because that's all that's really been put into it. She said something about Joe that makes me believe that she's like not into white guys. So let's just say she's into men of color. Let's just leave it at that. So obviously she's very excited that this big hunk, tall, handsome Obi has come in. And finally, when they bring in someone who's tall, dark, and handsome, it means that they're not orange. So that's good as well. So I'm rooting for Ovi to come in. I'm rooting for everybody black. So Ovi, come in, come in. I hope things go well with him and Anna. And we have Denon, he's like mixed race. He's a footballer. He's got his eye on Mora and Lucie. I'm thinking that he would be more of Mora's type. And I think after Mora finds out that he's a footballer, she's going to like him even more. So I think he has a pretty good chance with Mora. He's cute. So yeah. George, he's the blonde white guy. He looks pretty decent. He says on the app, it says that he's after Amber and Anna, which is very interesting. Looking at him, I would have prejudged him as a white boy that dates other white girls. It's quite interesting that he said Anna and Amber. Obviously, they're the ethnics in the house. So perhaps he's, a white guy that likes some ethnics. I don't think he has a shot with Amber. And Anna's definitely, she just saw Ovi and she was like, yep, tick, 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 tick. So I'm not sure what game he'd play. I was thinking maybe he would be looking at him. I instantly thought, out of all of the guys, him for Lucie. So perhaps maybe he susses things out and decides, Anna's not feeling him, Amber's not feeling him. He might be strategic and go for Lucie. So yeah, what do you think? When you saw George, he's the blonde one, did you think, looking at him, who did you think he was going to go for? And are you surprised that he says that he was looking to kind of get to know Amber and Anna? And do you feel like he would try to get with Lucie? Marvin, again, another average looking guy. He does have a really nice, kind smile. It kind of reminds me of like a barrister at Costa. He seems quite nice. He's got his eye on Lucie. Again, I don't think he has really a chance with Lucie. I don't know, maybe he should try and jump on the Mora train. I don't think he has really a chance with anyone in the villa. I think perhaps he's somebody who will be sent home. And Stevie, another guy, he says he's 21. Stevie looks about 30 years old, dog. He looks about 30 years old. I don't know where they're finding these 21-year-olds, but Stevie looks about 30 years old. He looks like he's got a mortgage. So, Stevie, just enjoy your time in Casa Amor. Top up your tan, eat all of the food, drink all of the drinks. Enjoy your time, make some friends, make some connections. Make sure everybody follows you on your socials, because I don't think Stevie's gonna have a chance with anyone in the house. He also went straight out the gate with Molly Ray and basically called Tommy dumb. And I've got to respect Molly May for defending her man. But yeah, just like this, as soon as you come in, like the confidence, especially when, you're not the best looking guy in the house, no shade. Very bold. Maybe he just came in and knew, like, fuck it, like, I'm not going to have a chance in here. I'm just going to say what I want to say, and that's that, because I already know I'm not going to get chose. With the girls, we have Belle. She's blonde, she's white, she's cute. She may have a good chance in the villa with Anton. In the house, she says that she's feeling Anton. I'm not sure if she actually does feel Anton. Again, a lot of these girls in there are going to be wanting a place in the villa. We've got Joanna. I think she might be mixed, like a very lighter, almost white passing mixed person. She's really cute. She seems really funny. I'm not sure. It doesn't say on the app who she's looking for. I didn't catch who she said she'd be looking for. If she did say who she was kind of going after, let me know, but I didn't hear it. I don't know who she could go for. Again, Anton, maybe. I think Anton is leaning towards white girls, to be honest. I think Anton's into white girls. Maybe Jordan and maybe Danny. Then we have Jordan. A lot of people are going off on Black Twitter. People think that she's very attractive. I think she's a very gorgeous girl, and I feel like people are rooting for her more than the other girl. No shade, no tea. I feel like there is a lot more support for Jordan than the other black girl in terms of like Black Twitter pushing who they want. Obviously, she's very gorgeous. Again, as I've said before, you know, black girls typically don't do that well on the show, but I think that perhaps Jordan can. She said that she's interested in Jordan, Danny, and Michael. So obviously that's a clear type there, the mixed race boys in the villa. There's no black boys in the actual main villa right now, so we can't really rule that out either, but it's looking like she's into mixed race boys right now. I think perhaps Jordan, as I said, I feel like Danny is into white girls. I did hear that he usually dates other mixed race people, so maybe that could be there. She kind of looks, a lot of people said that she's like, I've heard that she's like Indian and black, but really and truly she just looks black to me. Like, yeah, she does have like the Caribbean Indian features, but to me, I just see a black girl in front of me. I don't really see like, oh, she's like 75% black and then 25% Indian. So I'm not sure if she's the right type of black for Danny to pursue things, because obviously there is some white girls in the villa and he has his fair pick because he's single and therefore he can secure a spot for them in the villa. So he has his fair pick. Jordan, perhaps she could be successful with, and maybe Michael, but I feel like Michael wouldn't do that to Amber, especially because of the whole Josh situation last year. I don't think anyone who's in a couple really wants to repeat that. Lavina, she's the other black girl. I think she's just as gorgeous as the other black girls. She's got her hair straight. On Instagram, she has her hair, she has her natural hair out, and it's curly, about like 3C curls. And honestly, I feel like she looks better with curly hair than she does with straight hair. I wish that she did go in with curly. I do wear straight wigs, so I guess it's hypocritical of me to say. But it would have been nice to have some curly hair representation. But, you know, she's probably thinking, let me play it smart. I'll probably do better on the show with straight hair, you know, because of the European standards of beauty and whatnot. Let me not even risk it. Let me just go with the straight hair. So on my app, it said that she was looking for Tom, Danny, and Anton. I'm guessing they mean Tom as in the Tom that is out. So obviously, let's just eliminate him. So Danny and Anton. And obviously, anyone going for Danny, I'm just thinking, even the other black girl going for Danny, I'm just thinking, did you not see what happened to you one day? Did you not see what happened to you one day? And honestly, Lavena, I'm disappointed that she's going for Anton, because at this point, she's very aware of the whole blackface incident and she's still going for Anton. And then at the same time, it's very clear that Anton dates white girls. So it's a thing where like you're setting yourself up for failure at this point. So unfortunately, I think that Lavena's time will end inside Casa Amor, unless she switches up her game plan. But again, honestly, like having two black girls in there, obviously it's nice to have representation, but I feel like they're always going to be each other's competition, because it's like different, because of the way that the house is set up. It's kind of just like, you know, they're kind of lumped together. It's like, we either want you or we want you kind of thing. It's only going to be one black girl who can make it kind of thing. So it's between the two, which is really sad to pit two bad bitches against each other, but I feel like that's how it's gonna go. And then we have Maria. She's giving me Arabella vibes. On the show, it says that she would be interested in going to Curtis, but she's already said, you know, Curtis is coupled up, so she doesn't know if she's going to go there because Curtis looks, you know, very content with Amy. But Maria, I want you to go there, honey. I think everybody, all of us, we want her to go there. And I hope she does. Because with Amy not there, it's a different dynamic, it's a different environment, and it'd be interesting to see if Curtis's head is turned. And I feel like everyone would love it if his head was turned. I'm not sure how much he really likes Amy, but I think he's definitely aware of a game plan. And therefore, even if he really liked anyone in the villa, I don't think he would do it because he probably thinks he would mess up his game plan. But after the vote that just happened, maybe, just maybe, if he's serious about the game plan, maybe because of that vote, he might be thinking in the back of his head, me and Amy, the public don't like us, so fuck it, I'm gonna find me a new woman. Maria also said Anton. I'm guessing that's her backup plan. I feel like that's everyone's backup plan. And then we have Nabila. She's 29. She looks really good for her age. She's got that Arabian flavour. She said on the app it says Arabian, yeah? But then in her promo video, it said Mediterranean. So now I'm confused because I thought she was Arab. But now I'm thinking Nabila, if she's saying Mediterranean, I'm thinking like Turkish, Asia side. That's what I'm thinking. I'm really confused. I don't know. So I don't know if it's the app, if it's the people that are writing on the app that got things screwed up because they just assumed, or I don't know if there must be some miscommunication coming on because the app's saying that she's Arab and on the show she's saying she's Mediterranean. So anyway, whatever. Obviously she's ethnic. So I watched Just Doing Me, and on her latest video, she basically, when she's spilling the tea on the 12 contestants, I watched Just Doing Me on YouTube, and as she was spilling the tea on her contestants, she said that she knows somebody who knew her from uni, and that apparently she's a bitch. I'm not going to prejudge her off of that. At the end of the day, there are a lot of bitches in that villa, so it's not a surprise if there's another one in there. She also said that she is going for Anton. I don't know how successful she would be. Like I said, I think that Anton goes for white girls. I don't know if she has a chance with Anton. I guess we'll see. And if she is this bitch who she's rumoured to be, I'm here for the drama. See, in terms of the girls, heads have already turned. Obviously, Anna's head's already been turned. The relationship is fresh with her and Jordan, so it's to be expected. Maura and Lucie are single. We haven't really seen anything of Lucie yet. Maura, she's getting stuck in there with Denon. Maura's absolutely loving it. Again, Maura, Maura loves attention, so I'm not sure if she's just going to stick to Denon and just, one man throughout the whole experience. I don't know if she's gonna, see what everyone else is saying before kind of committing to someone. So obviously it's looking like her and Denon, but I don't think we can rule other people out. Lucie, I'm not really sure who she would gravitate towards. I guess we'll see tomorrow. I'm guessing George. That's the only person that I feel like perhaps she would gravitate towards. For the boys, obviously we know Anton and Danny are single. Danny and Anton pretty much have the pick of the litter. They can pick whoever they want. Anton, a lot of the girls are going to be jumping at Anton because he's an easy target. So at the end of the day, I'm not sure if they're going to actually like him. At the end of the day, they know what's at stake. They have to secure a place in the villa. Anton is easy. Danny, I think he's going to be a lot more selective. So it'd be interesting to see if who he picks out of the girls, and it'd be interesting to see if he does pick Jordan. I'd be very interested to see if that is. And if he doesn't pick Jordan, then I think the theory's right that he's into kind of white girls the darkest he'll probably go is like, a very obvious mixed race person. So I'd say no darker than Amber. Obviously, Michael and Curtis are booed up. There's a very small chance that their heads will be turned, but I said small chance, but there is a chance. Obviously, in the preview, we see Michael looking very suggestive, like he's kissing somebody's neck. I think it's a challenge with ice. That's what I think it is. Obviously, they're trying to make it seem more than it is, but I think it was just a challenge that he was doing. Like I said, I don't think Michael will. I feel like people are I feel like people are trying to avoid the malarkey that happened last year in the villa with Josh and Georgia. I feel like nobody wants to repeat that. And if it is to be repeated, I'd be very surprised. And I'd be maybe not as surprised with Michael, but I'd be very surprised with Curtis. Let me know what you think of the new Islanders. Let me know who you think has a chance of securing a place and with who. And let me know whose head do you think is going to be turned. Do you think Michael or Curtis's head will be turned? And let me know who you think Anton or Danny would be interested in. Let me know who you think Lucie will be interested in. And do you think that Maura is just going to stop at Denon, or do you feel like she's going to play the field? So a lot of people are not here for Lucie. I haven't seen any tweets of support for Lucie. A lot of people feel like she's being very slimy. A lot of people are basically saying how they're not here for her. A lot of people are calling her, that female friend who ends up stealing your boyfriend. And I've seen a few people saying that they feel like she's playing a game because of the whole tweet situation. Maybe she thought that the public were actually rooting for Tommy and Lucie to be together. So she thought she'd tell him, and basically as a game plan so that they'd be a popular couple kind of thing. And I can kind of see that too. But like I said, I feel like personally it was a thing where she's just kind of lonely and desperate for attention. But let me know what you think. There's a lot of support for Molly. A lot of people feel like she handled the situation really well, and I agree. And a lot of people are twigging onto Anton. Like I said before, Anton is trying to meddle in other people's game to advance his own game. Like I said, with the whole Molly situation where he was saying Molly was playing a game, he was trying to meddle in Tommy and Molly's relationship, and he was doing it again this episode. Anton is messy. I don't think he likes Molly. I think maybe he's still offended from when she basically palmed him off. And yeah, Anton is messy and a shit stirrer. And like I said, he can get in the bin, and honestly, he can go next. Like, he's not entertaining anymore. He's becoming just a messy bitch. And a lot of people are here for the way that Tommy handled the situation. I think Tommy handled the situation really well. I was really surprised about how mature he handled the situation. Obviously, he's a bit of a hypocrite for saying not to tell anyone, but then like telling all of his boyfriends. So, but yeah, overall, I feel like he did handle the situation well. Of course, everybody seems to be excited about Casa Amor. Some predictions that I've seen are somebody tweeted that they think that Amber, Molly, Curtis and Michael are going to be loyal. They're 50-50 between Amy, Tommy and Jordan. Ooh, I'm not sure about Amy. Head turned, Anna obviously. And cracking on, Maura, Anton, Lucie and Danny. So what are your predictions? Also, if you haven't yet, follow me on Twitter. My handle is @shannonfabuloso. That's SHANNONFABULOSO. I usually live tweet during the episode, so feel free to tweet me during the episode. And yeah, that's the end of the episode. So let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know your predictions for tomorrow's episode. Personally, I feel like with the girls, it's quite predictable. It's the boys that I'm more kind of interested in. There's no episode tomorrow, so I'll see you on Sunday. Bye.